So now this is one, this is a string, and the person who has joined programming classes
कर दो बढ़िया.
can be able to understand how do we write the program on string, because everyone knows what is a string. A string is set of character. Okay, so this is a set of character or array of character is known as string. So here string one is its size
बढ़िया
is
कर देना.
20.
सलाद क्या
It
और
is
बिरयानी
declared
3 प्लेट बढ़िया. दो
and
3 कोल्ड ड्रिंक.
so I think Paliwalji is a big businessman. So he is dealing with something, and that is the problem. So many noises are coming from his house. Many times I had marked that Paliwalji's house is and mic is always open. So character string, its size is 20, and string 2, this is one string, this is another string. You can put any name A, B, etc. And this integer I is for loop. Most of the time when you are using arrays, you need to use at least I or J. So it will ask the user, enter any string, and the user will enter the string. So this %s. See, there are two variations. %c is for single character and %s for string. And what is a string? A string is array of character. Okay. Now come to printf. This statement is having several lines. String 1 is %s/n. So it will appear in line 1. Then string 2 is, it will appear in line 2 is %s. Okay. Now string 1 with spaces between character is string 1 and string 2. Here we will going to write. So this will appear in next line. String 1 with spaces between character is. So here you can see that it is written in double quote. Okay, and this string is stored here, so it can appear as it is. But if you are putting, if you are accepting a string from your screen, then there may be problem. Fine. So let us now, with spaces, we need to put one space, and we are putting spaces using this. Okay, here this you can see that this is space. So let us now write a for loop, and the for loop will start from I equals to 0 to string 1. I is not equals to /n/0. So what is /0? After this character, /0 will be appear. Okay, after this character, null character. Okay, when you will study in third semester or fifth semester, there is a subject known as automata theory. Okay, this is the spelling. This is a spelling like automaton, but it is known as automata theory. Okay, there you need this null string and the use of null string. Now come to string and this one string one. So it will, here I had explained that this is %c. %c is single character, so it will read the character by character, and final output will be enter a string hello there. I had entered hello there, but it it is not accepted by the, not accepted by the string one. Okay, but in case of string 2, I had put double quote, so the whole string will be there. Okay, whole string will be there, and string 1 with spaces between character you can print like this. So many characters you can put a star, etc., etc. So this is the example. Here in this example, if you have any doubt, you can ask. No doubt. Fine. Now come to a program which will find the maximum and minimum okay, among so many numbers, So this is the program which finds maximum and minimum element, fine, in the array, in an array. So here this is one array. Only this array we are going to find max and min, both the thing, without writing any function. So there are some variables. I'm not talking about these variables. We will run the program. We will start dry running the program, and then we will talk whenever a variable is required. So first of all, we are not interested to go for this 100. Instead of writing 100, you can also define the size. Define size as 100. So now you can replace this string interchangeably with size. Okay. Now come to printf, input number of elements to be stored in array. So whatever number of elements you want to store, it is in connection with for loop. Okay. So these many times for loop will run. Now it is very clear. Printf input %d element in the array. So here it will asking the user enter 5 or 6, whatever number of elements you want to enter. So this will ask the user. Fine. So here I am writing the screen of this. So in this screen, input number of elements to be stored in the array. Now, before going to this, you can also see that if we are considering storage, so inside that storage, what will happen? It will declare an array of ARR1 of size 100. Okay. So this is of size 100 and this is the indexing. I am putting more elements here. And then I am creating one break mark so that you can understand that this will move up to 100. But this is indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and up to 100. $99, not 100. Okay, so this is the array 1. Now come to another variable, that is your integer I. So this is your I of integer type. Similarly, mx, all are integer type, so I am not writing type of anyone. Then mn, and then n. Fine. Now, initially we start input the number of elements. Now scanf will search. It will search, it will scan. So suppose I am putting 6 over here and then pressing enter. So this 6 is equivalent to, this will be stored at address of n. Okay, address of n. So now this 6 will go to this place. Now come to next line, printf input %d. So input %d is what value we want to access? N. So this n will be accessed here. Okay, this n will be accessed here. So input 6 elements in the array. Now, next line will be start and the for loop will also start. So the for loop will run from which place to which place? For loop will run from 0. It will start from 0. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is written? I is less than n. So what is the value of n? N is 6 here. So up to 5 it will be running. Now, the first printf statement, element minus %d. In place of %d, it will be I. So what is the value of I? Element 0, colon. Okay. Then I am entering the value %d in place of %d because there is no new line. So here it will blinking. And suppose I had entered 67 and then press enter. So 67 will be stored at this location array 0. Okay. So 67 will be stored here. Now come to next. For loop is still there inside. Now it will print element 1, 23. Then 23 will be stored here. Now come to next loop. This will be element I. The value of I is 2. Then suppose 19 I had entered. So 19 will be here. Then next for loop will start element 3. So what is the value of element 3? Suppose it is 49. So 49 will be stored here. Then element 4, 73 will be stored here. Then element 5, this will be 37. So 37 will be stored here. Each and every time we are pressing enter, then only next will be coming. Now, up to this place, we have completed. Fine. Now come to logical portion. Logical portion. This is our storage portion. This is our logical portion. So let me draw logical portion by this processor or logic. Initially, MX is what is stored at MX? MX will store array 0. So MX will store 67 initially, okay? And this will also store 67. It is assumed that the first element is the minimum. And the for loop for this particular I is now at 5. So there is no problem. Everything is executed. So we know that mx equals to 67 and mn equals to 67. Now start once again the for loop. Okay. So new for loop will started and we will start the calculation of I equals to 1 to I is less than n. So this will start from I equals to the value of I is written. So I will start from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because the value of n is 6. Why we are not starting from 0? Because the element is already there. Okay, element 0 is already there. And there is no meaning of comparing the number with self. Okay, so this is our 6. So we will run the loop up to 5. Now come to first thing. Here two different things are there. So let us draw both the thing. First thing is array 1 I is greater than mx and here array 1 I is less than Mn. Okay. So first of all, we will search our first element. First element is 23. Okay. First element is 23. So it is compared. 23 is greater than, what is the current value of mx? It is 67. So whether this condition is true or false, this is false. Similarly, here 23 is less than 67. It is true. Okay. Now, upon true condition, what we will do, what we will do here and what we will do here. Let us see. In this particular condition, if it is false, it will simple skip. And if it is true, then it will move inside this. Now, minimum equals to array I. Array I is 23. So now minimum will become 23. Now come to next loop. For loop number 2. For loop number 2. Okay, we are here. So now come to for loop number 2. So what is the array number 2 is 19. So 19 is greater than 67. This is again false. So it will skip. Here 19 is less than 23. Yes, this is true. That's why now it will perform this operation. So Mn equals to 19 now. Now come to loop number 3. So what is the value of array 3? 49. 49 is greater than 67. False. Then skip. And 49 is less than 19. No, it is also false. Then it will also skip. Okay. Now come to next. What is fourth? Fourth number is 73. 73 is greater than 67. True. Then what is given here? Mx will be changed to that particular value. So now it will be 73. Here in the next loop, 73 in the same loop, next jumps whether 73 is less than 19. No, skip. Now come to fifth place. Fifth is 37. So 37 is greater than 73 because new mx is 73. So this is false and now this loop will skip. Here we will see 37 is less than 19. This is also false. It will skip. Now the final value of mn will be 19. Okay, so now this value will be converted into 19 and the mx will be replaced by 70. Actually, so many replacement will be there inside memory. We have shown final only. Okay, so now the current value of mx is 73. After here screen is going to execute. Okay, now with this screen, what is written? Written statement is maximum element is %d mx. So what is the value of mx? This is 73 and now it will enter due to /n and then minimum element is %d. So what is mn? Mn is 19 from here and then 2 times /n will come and the finally program will exit. Any doubt in this program?
No, sir.
Fine.
No, sir.
So yes. Okay. So let me explain you debugging process with the help of this program. Okay. So here code block is open. How do we start debugging? For debugging, you need to create one project. Okay. So our project is new project. So initially we start with new project and the name of project, and it must be console application. Then go here and then press next and then pick C, and now just type the title, project title. So our title is Maxen, Maxmin. Okay, our project title is Maxmin. Now come to next, and debug is yes, debug is required, and finish. Okay, so here main program is shown in source file. Just click over there, and I am copying the entire program and pasting over here. So this program is copied and pasted. I am going to remove the extra spaces if any. So this is one space. Okay, now okay. So these many things we require. Although this looks very small. So when I'm going to run this program, okay, so it will ask array like 55, 67, 45, 23, and 67, and 54, and 90. Suppose this is given, and control Z, control C, control D. Fine. There is one problem. The program is it is asking for how many elements to be stored. Now let us write 6. So this is all about the program. It will give us maximum and minimum. Now you need, if you want to see how this program will be executed, so here debug window is given. Okay, so I am pressing on debug. Now debug is started and I want to check the changes. Okay, I want to mark the changes. So here I am using watches. Watches will create the variable name. Okay, this will give the variable names, and in this name, what changes will be there, it will shown to you. So this is watch. Now let us write. Okay, so input 5. I had written 5 and then press here. So now 45. Suppose element 0 is 45, 34, 44, 33, 65. Yes, I had represented. Now, once again, I am going to this debug window because debug is not, you have not seen. So this debug will show you the step by step. Okay, the step by step process, 55 elements. Here you can see that initial value of I is 0. Okay, if you have program and maximum is 16 and minimum is 0 and n equals to 5. This is previous value and this is your array. Okay, initially the array size is 100. I had shown you that 100. Okay, whatever some garbage value will be there inside this array. Now let us write one by one. So now I am going to the next step. So this is our next step. So it is asking input 5 elements in the array. Okay, now going to the next step. So what will happen now? Nothing will be happen here. Yes, it is asking what is the value of element 0. Suppose I had put 56. Okay, now I am putting 56. Oh, because it is asking for next step. Now 56 will be there and enter I had pressed. Okay, now here you can see that array 0 uses 56. Yes or no? Now come to 78, and this will be my next value. Okay, this will run actually previous program, not the this one. So let us now. Yes. Now it is very clear to you because program you know very well. So current screen of program is here. Now come to next step. After pressing enter, now it is asking for next value. Then here in 2, 0, 1, this is our current step and the program is running at this particular arrow. Just see, just watch over this arrow. Okay. Now I am going to perform next step. Now next step will ask some screen. Okay. And then in a screen, I had put some value 77. Suppose 77 will be there. So now 77 will be stored and again for loop will be here. Okay, for loop, inside that for loop we are running. Now come to next step. So next step is printf. Now again I am pressing the next step. So it will display the element. Okay, and in this element I had put some value. That value will be 45. Okay, and then press enter. After entering 45, the value of array 3 will be 45. Now I need to, because the loop is inside this element 3 and I need to skip for next. Now it is scanned also, and now again it will go to step number 4. So I am pressing the element as 34 and then press enter. Yes. Okay. So here you can see the execution of and watch of another variable. Minimum is 15 and maximum is 16. So we need to toggle. We need to put some breakpoints over here. So if we right click add breakpoint, so now it will jump to that particular place and it will jump to that particular place. So there are 3 breakpoints we have created. Now let us see what is the execution of each and every element. Let me write 5. Now 5 will be there. Okay. 56, 78, 87, 67, 78. So here current breakpoint is this. In this particular place, it is showing that what is the value of maximum or minimum. And after that, if I am going to execute the next line, then it will show the execution of each and every line. Okay. So this is the way you can put the values and you can put the breakpoints so that you will be able to see what are the values. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Fine. So whenever you want to check, actually one incorrect logic function was there. Okay. So why this answer is coming as 90? So that's why I had started debugging for you. Oh. Fine. Now come to next program. This is another program. And this program is for write a program in C to separate odd and even integers in separate arrays. So we need to create 2 different arrays, 3 actually, one for input, one for odd number and one for even number. Okay. Why we have taken size as 10? Because there may be possibilities that all the numbers may be even number or all the numbers may be odd number. So initially we start with our screen. So this statement will be executed, input the number of elements to be stored in the array. Okay. Input the number of elements to be stored in the array. Now it will scan. So here we will create memory. So this is array 1. The size is 10. Array 2. Size is 10. Array 3. The size is 10. So 0th element, first element, second element, third element, fourth element, and fifth element. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 10 will be somewhere else here. 10 and 10. Okay. So this is the way. And other variables are I, J. So I am also using this place for storage. Okay, this is also storage. Here, integer I is there. Then J is also there. And K is there. And N is also there. So first statement will scan the value of N. Suppose I had entered 5. So now this will store 5. Okay. Now come to next. Printf input 5 elements in the array. So input 5 elements in the array. Now it will start looping. So this loop will start from 0 to 5 minus 1. Okay. So now the loop will start. So let me show you loop by some other color. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 5 elements. And once again, go back to the same thing. So in this first element minus 0, and this is the value of I. It will scan the first value. Suppose I had entered 32. Okay. Then 32 will be stored at array number 1. So here 32 is coming. Next for loop execution is element 1, 19. So 19 will be stored here. Then element 2, 88. So 88 will be stored here. Element 3, 0. 0 will be stored here. And element 4, 2. And 2 will be stored here. Now come to next step. So this loop is also executed. This is also finished. Okay. How do we finish this? So let me mark by highlighter. Now come to this particular portion. This particular portion will be executed here only. So let me execute this portion here. Okay. So this loop will run from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Array 1 I mod 2 equals to 0. Then array 2 j, okay, equals to array 1 I and j plus plus. So initial value of j is given here. What is the initial value of j? And let us now execute by this color. So initial value of j is 0 from here, and k is also 0 from there only. And the value of I depends on for loop. It depends on for loop. Okay, so currently it is running here. If array I, okay, what is the value of array 0? Array 0 is 32. 32 mod 2 equals to 0. If yes, then where? If no, then where? Okay, so this is false branch or this is else branch. Okay, now come to y. This is true, then array 2j. Array 2j. What is the value of j? J is 0. Currently j is 0. Array 20 equals to array 1i. So what is the value of array 1i? Array 1i is 32. So now 32 will be stored here. So it will not go to else. Okay. Now come to next. In the next for loop of 1, it is checking what is the value of array 1, 19. So 19 mod 2 equals to 0. No, this is true. So this is true. And now this is true. So what will happen now? Because it is false, so it goes here. And in this false loop, what happened? Array 3 will, what is the value of k? 0. And here now the value of j is 1. Okay. Now the value of j is 1 and the value of k is 0. So array 3 0 equals to array 1, whatever current value. So array 1 is currently 1. So now this will be stored here. So this is our 19. Okay. Now come to next loop. Array 2. What is the value of array 2? Array 1, 2 is 88. 88, and let me write other values also 0 and 2. 88 mod 2. What is the value? Yes, it is true. Now, if it is true, then array 2 will be modified with array 2 will exchange the current value. So now array 2 will exchange the current value to 88, and this loop is this value of j is now 2. Okay. Now come to 0 mod 2 is equals to 0. Yes. So again, now whatever current value of this, currently we are running here. Now this value will be stored at the value of j. Okay. Array 2j. So what is the current value of array 2j is 2. This is now 2. So at this place, it will store 0. And now this value becomes 3 because of this j plus plus. Now come to next. 2 mod 2 is also equals to 0. So this will perform this operation. Array 2 current value of j is 3. So now array 2 3 will be array 1 array 1 4. Okay, so now 2 will be stored here. So this is the way you can execute the program. Now again we come to the screen. Okay, so this portion will be executed now. So what is this portion? The even elements are /n is written. Okay, now from next line, %d array to I. So here space is given. Now it will print first element. This loop will run up to how many value? This j is 3. Okay, so it will start from 0 to 2. 0, 1, 2. 3. Oh yes, current value of j is 4 because this is also executed. So now this will run up to 4. Now come to 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the execution. So for 0, this element is 32, space 88, space 0, space 2. So this is completed now. Now let us see with some other color. So other color is our black. So let us see this. The odd elements are I equals to 0 से लेकर what is the current value of k? K becomes 1. Okay, because k is also incremented by this. So k becomes 1. So this will run only once. This will run only once for I equals to 0 to I equals to 0. So this will run once and it will print the value of this. Now it will print 19 and then 1 enter and 2 enter will be printed and this will be the final output. Any doubt in execution of this program?
No,
No, sir.
No doubt? If no doubt, then your problem is now you need to perform palindrome operation. Okay, so this is your task. Just try to execute dry run on paper because in your system it is very easy, but in dry run it is very important to understand the logic. Now come to passing array to a function. We will create one function later on to pass an array argument to a function. Specify the name of array without any brackets. Okay, specify the name of array without any bracket. That is very important. Second thing, this is example of a function. Array size usually passed to function. This is most of the time we are passing array size to the function. Arrays pass call by reference. Call by reference means it is sort of pointer and there is no problem to there is no means no trouble to read this statement call by reference. We have already done pass by value. Okay, so here call by reference means it will be modified at address. With arrays, we are dealing with address. Yes or no? We know that what will be the address of this particular thing. So that's why it is the practice. Name of array is address of first element. Okay. Name of array. This and will this and will return same address. Okay. This is statement and this is statement. Function knows where the array is stored. Modifier modifies original memory location. Passing an array passed by call by value like previous functions, whatever we are doing with return. So for this purpose, we need to pass subscript because if we pass subscript, it will access the real value. Yes, sir. बताइए। ठीक है, ठीक है। ठीक है, ठीक है, फिर हाँ, और उसमें हाँ, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है सर। चलो चलो, ठीक है सर। ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू। Now, this particular value, my array 3 will access the exact value rather than address. Fine. So this is the reason, like integer sum. Integer sum was our function, integer a, comma, integer b. Okay. And it will return a plus b. So if I want to write the same function using array integer sum, okay, and then integer a0, comma, integer a1, then return a0 plus a1. So it will automatically perform your operation. Fine. But this is wrong declaration of function. Actually, you can pass the value. You can pass the same value here. Fine. So you can call like this, but you cannot declare function like this. So let me erase this thing. This is not the way. How do we call? That is very important. Now, if you are calling this function, so it is okay. Call by value. Okay, call by value. So call by value using array. So now you can pass sum and then pass a1, comma a2. So this will give the addition of these two numbers and it will return the value. Okay, so this is the way. Function prototype. How do we write a function? So void modify array integer b, integer array size. So this is the name of array. Parameter name optional in prototype. Integer b could be written as integer this, and integer array size could be a simple integer. So this must be blank. Okay, you cannot put size here. So this is one example, and I will show this example by tomorrow. Fine. So if you have any doubt, you can ask the question. Any question? So thank you very much. If you have no doubt, there is no problem. Just try to run several examples on array. If any doubt related with array, you can ask. Okay, you can post your queries to Teams and WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.